third quarter in this second round 3A state tournament game for a berth in the Elite Eight. John Beltran with Jen Goodall. Eaton 26, Brush 21. The Beat Diggers have led by as many as 5. The Reds had as big of an advantage as 9. But the Beat Diggers kept fighting back, and Colby Needhams played a huge role. He scored 8 of the 13 points for Brush in that second quarter. And the Beat Diggers were able to chip away and draw to within 5 as the teams will break their huddles momentarily and will begin this third quarter. From Eaton. Got some video clips of yesterday's action. Go to our KSIR B106 channel on YouTube for video clips of yesterday's Beat Digger victories. Gregory Maris, Randy Baker, Jeffrey Dunker, Colby Needhams, and Mitch Tormolen for Brush. Reed Merritt, Austin Ryer, Ryan McIntyre, Britton Abbott, and Austin Eckler for the Reds. The Beat Diggers will have the basketball first. Maris to throw it in the backcourt to Dunker. Let's see the Beat Diggers, who got off to a great start in this game, get off to a good second half start and maybe at least tie this thing. Baker with the basketball at the top for Tormolen. Tormolen looking, still looking. On the outside, left to Colby Needhams. Dribbles to his right, gets a pick from Tormolen, right of the lane. Needhams backs up, over to Baker. Baker left of the lane. He gets a defender in the air and scores off the rim and off the glass. A little 6-footer for Randy Baker. All of a sudden, the Beat Diggers are on a 6-0 run dating back to the second quarter. Eaton 26, Brush 23. Eckler on the outside right, at the top for Merritt. Dribbles into the lane, left wing. Abbott, 3 in the air, is no good, but the strong side rebound controlled by Ryan McIntyre along the right baseline. Back out for Eckler. Eckler looking down low, bounce pass to McIntyre, turns, hooks, scores. Ryan McIntyre with a left hand. The Reds back, punts up by 5, 28-23, under 7 minutes to go in the third. Dunker on the outside right, dribbling towards the top of the three-point circle, now retreats towards midcourt. Dunker on the outside left of Maris. And we get a whistle and a foul. And that's going to be a defensive foul on Reed Merritt. That's going to be his 4th. Well, he's going to have to take a seat. And here comes Brock Needhams for Eaton.
Well, and I thought that was a mismatch anyway when they're in there. Randy Baker for Brush likes to, play the 3, sometimes the 4 position. So if he's used to posting up and you're going against a guard, that's a big mismatch.
Maris to Needhams, left baseline, lead, shoots, scores. Little 5-footer for Colby Needhams. Nice job utilizing his body. Beat Diggers down by 3, 28-25, 6:38 to go in the third. Austin Eckler for Eaton. Just beyond midcourt. Dribbles to his left. Going to hand it off to Britton Abbott. On the outside right to Ryer, right of the lane. Spins it back out to Needhams. Cross-court pass to Eckler. Eckler at the top against Maris. Dribbling to his left. On the outside left beats Abbott. Cross-court pass to Brock Needhams. Brock Needhams against Colby Needhams. They're spreading this thing out. Over to Britton Abbott. Abbott against Jeffrey Dunker. Abbott hands it off to Eckler. Eckler at the top, into the lane. Eckler all the way, scoops it up, and no good, too strong. And Mitch Tormolen goes for the rebound and has it. Outlet to Gregory Maris. Well, he had the layup there, but just missed it. Dunker into the front court. Beat Diggers can tie it with a 3. Bounce pass Tormolen. Tormolen right baseline, over to Dunker at the free throw line, in the lane, down low, the pass tipped away, intercepted by Eckler. Eckler with a 2-on-1, pulls up from 6, and that is it. For Austin Eckler, he's got 10. Eaton 30, Brush 25, 5:37 to go, third quarter. Maris for Brush. Still in the backcourt. Maris across the timeline, looking to his right, bounce pass to Baker. Baker on the outside right. Off to his left to Needhams. 16-footer for Colby Needhams. No. Rebound to Dunker. Dunker to Gregory Maris. Left wing 3. Yes! For Gregory Maris. That's a big one for the Beat Diggers. They're only down by 2. 30-28. 5:11 to go in the third quarter. This was a 9-point lead late in the second. Eckler for the Reds on the outside right with the basketball. He will just dribble towards the timeline. Eckler with the ball. To his left, back to his right. He's just going to dribble this thing for a while until the Beat Diggers put some pressure on him. Here comes Gregory Maris. Eckler to his right, fell down, and then the ball was lost out of bounds. And that was really forced by Maris because he's a little bit quicker than most offenders think he is, and that's a turnover for the Reds. They're 6th. And the Beat Diggers can tie it on this possession with 4:44 to go in the third. Eaton 30, Brush 28. Dunker with the basketball on the outside right to Baker. Baker looking. Baker dribbling into the lane. Baker lost it, got it back, fades, and he misses that short shot. The rebound to Ryer, and a traveling violation on Eckler. In the backcourt, the Reds turned it over for a seventh time. Beatnickers can tie it again. And to throw it in. Well, first, for all of your title mates, visit Tim Weimer, Northern Colorado Title, 205 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan. Maris to throw it in. Maris looking, still looking. Bounce pass to Dunker on the left baseline. Dunker against Ryer, and we've got a whistle, and that's a foul against the Reds. That'll be their second team foul. The Beatnickers have none so far. Austin Ryer commits his first. Maris to throw it in underneath the basket. The closer this game stays, to me, the more pressure is on the third-seeded Reds. Maris over to Tormolen, 15-footer, and that's an air ball at the bottom of the net. Eckler with a rebound. Eckler out of the field all the way, scoops it up again. Eckler went coast to coast. He's got 12. Here come the Beatnickers, 32-28 in favor of Eaton. Tormolen, right baseline. Dribbles, cross court. Bryce Eaton, three in the corner. No, it's short. Austin Ryer has the rebound. Foul on Colby Needham. Colby Needham commits his second. Eaton basketball with 4:05 to go in the third. And the Reds lead the Beatnickers 32-28 at 1305 Edison Street in Brush, your local Napa Auto Parts store, CMC Auto Parts. Beatnickers are that close, but can they overtake the Reds? On the outside left is Abbott. Abbott dribbling towards the top behind his back. Lost it, got it back. He's going to have to pass it out. Does on a bounce to Brock Needens. Over to Austin Eckler. Eckler holding the ball on his left hip. Dribbles to his right. Eckler back out to Needens. Brock Needens against Colby Needens. Over to Britton Abbott. Abbott to Eckler. As Dunker catches up because he went for the steal, was unsuccessful. Now it's back to a 5-on-5. Eckler with the basketball on the outside left to Britton Abbott. Abbott against Dunker, spinning on Dunker, left of the lane, pulled from behind by Dunker, and we got a whistle and a foul. That's against Eaton. That's against the Reds after the ball was knocked away. The Reds fans are not happy. Boy, they are hot. Britton Abbott commits the foul. That'll be his first. Turnover number 8 for Eaton. And now they'll apply pressure. Needens to throw it in. Colby Needens lobs it towards Mitch Tormolen. He was fouled by Ryan McIntyre. And McIntyre nearly got the official's face there. Got to watch out there. That could be a tee. Now the Reds fans are really upset. Jen, looked like a clear foul to me.
It did. It's a push in the back. You know, he was in front of him.
Maris with the basketball in the backcourt against Austin Eckler off the inbounds pass. With 3:16 to go in the third. Eaton 32, Brush 28. Maris towards the top. Cross-court pass to Dunker. Dunker in the lane. Wants to pull up. Trapped over there. Back out to Maris. Straight away three is short. And the ball is tipped around. Rebounded by Austin Eckler. Eckler into the front court. He lost the ball. Intercepted by Colby Needens. Here comes the Beatnickers the other way. And then Maris tried to save it in. He threw it away after it was knocked away at midcourt. Eckler with a lob to Ryer. He tries to tip it in and misses. And the ball is saved in by Maris over to Needens. Boy, up and down action here. Beatnickers the other way. Needens with the basketball, left corner three is off the back of the rim, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. But Mitch Tormolen commits the foul for the Beatnickers. Tormolen with a second team foul, and that's his first personal. It will be Eaton basketball with 2:40 to go. That was a mess for the last 45 seconds on both sides, Jen.
That was, and I was just, you know, the official was chasing after Mitch and wanted to tell him, I think, to let go or keep his composure or whatever, and I think Mitch just let go. I don't think he did. He didn't mean to. He just runs the other end of the court.
Here comes Austin Ryer to Austin Eckler for Eaton. As we approach the 2.5-minute mark of the third. Eaton 32, Brush 28. On the outside right, Abbott with the basketball. Dribbles to his left, towards the top. On the outside left, here is Needens in the lane, and he travels. Good call. Brock Needens took that hop step. I mean, if Reds fans are unhappy about that, then that's laughable. I mean, he took about 3 steps there. Come on. Maris to throw it in with 2:23 to go in the third. Maris looking for the baseball pass. Beats Tormolen in the backcourt over to Austin Garcia. Garcia looking back out to Maris. Maris still in the backcourt. Now crosses the timeline for Brush. Bears with 2:13 to go. Beatdigers down by 4. We're in the third quarter. On the outside, right to Tormolen. Tormolen to Austin Garcia, right of the lane, right corner for Bryce Eaton. Penetrates right baseline. A defensive foul against Britton Abbott. And that's a good call. He was not planted whatsoever. And that'll be Eaton's 15th foul for Abbott, his second personal. And Gregory Maris to throw it in. A heck of a game so far, and very emotional here in Eaton.
It is very emotional.
Maris to throw it in. Right wing for Austin Garcia. Garcia dribbles to his left, picks up the dribble. He travels. He did that twice yesterday. Did it again today. Garcia commits Rush's 12th turnover. The Reds come the other way, leading by 4. Under 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Eaton 32, Brush 28 in the second round 3A state tournament game. Eckler with the basketball against Maris at the top of the three-point circle. Dribbles to his left, gets a pick at the free throw line against Tormolen. Pulls up from 15, and Austin Ryer puts it up and misses off the air ball. Miss Tormolen grabs the rebound, and a foul against Eaton. Great play by Ryer as he picked that ball off mid-air, but then it was Ryan McIntyre committing the foul. That'll be his 4th, and that's going to be the 16th foul against the Reds.
It looks like the Reds are going to go for a little bit of man-to-man pressure here.
Garcia to Tormolen, 1:39 to go in the third. And the Beatdigers trail by 4. Garcia spinning into the front court against Brock Needens. Dribbles to his right, beats Bryce Needens. Bryce Needens to his right, dribbles by a defender, bounce past Tormolen. Tormolen back out to Austin Garcia. He'll put up a 3, and that is off to the left, and the ball is tipped into the hands of Kyle Rosenbrock. That's a big rebound. Here's Bryce Needens to Garcia on the outside right to Tormolen. 1:13 to go in the third. Eaton 32, Brush 28 in the lane. Bryce Needens, 8-footer, is off the back of the rim. Rebound to Tormolen, turns, shoots, around, no good. Austin Ryer has the rebound. Kyle Rosenbrock with a foul. Wow. Brush had opportunities there, but could not pull it down and could not put it in. Jake Nelson checks in along with Stephen Babb for the Reds. And to throw it in will be Austin Ryer with 1:05 to go in the third. And the Beatdigers trail 32-28. Here comes Jake Nelson for the Reds. Nelson met by Colby Needens. Bounce pass to Brock Needens on the outside right back. A parking lot 3, and that is short. And the ball is tipped by Austin Ryer. It's loose. It's taken by Babb. And Babb looks like he was either fouled or tied up. And it looks like they're going to call a foul. As Babb grabbed the rebound. 14th foul against the Beatdigers. That's on Bryce Needens. And for Needens, that'll be his first. And here comes Randy Baker into the game for Brush. 49.4 seconds to go in the third. Eaton has maintained a 4-point lead. Reds to throw it in. Here's Needens over to Austin Ryer. 3 in the air. Yes. Austin Ryer drills the triple. He's got 12. It's a 7-point lead for the Reds. 35-28. 37 seconds to go in the third. Austin Garcia into the front court, bodied up by Jake Nelson. Garcia bounce pass in the left corner, intercepted by Britton Abbott. Abbott to Jake Nelson into the front court, nearly lost it. Abbott's going to have to back it out. Goes to the bounce to Brock Needens. Needens against Garcia, back out to Nelson. 20 seconds to go. Brush is down by 7 in this third quarter. And Eaton's going to set up for the last shot. Brock Needens to the top, strip by Garcia, taken by Rosenbrock. Ahead to Garcia, but that was too long out of bounds. And the teams exchange turnovers. 9.4 seconds to go. That could have been a huge bucket for Brush. Instead, they're going to have to play some defense here. The Reds will have to go the length of the court. Brock Needens is out, and Reed Merritt is in. At 502 Ensign in downtown Fort Morgan, the place to shop for all of your appliance needs is B&B Appliance, a member of the Brand Source Retail Program. Merritt bounce pass to Ryer. That's scores. Beatdigers fell asleep. Here's Baker from 70, and that's off to the right. Oh, that killed Brush. Oh, boy. We have played 3 quarters with the score. Eaton 37, Rush 28. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Jim Goodall back from Eaton High School. We head to the fourth quarter. Eaton closed the third quarter on a 5-0 run. They now lead Brush 37-28. Jeffrey Dunker, Mitch Tormolen, Vince Downball, Gregory Maris, and Colby Needens for Brush. Jake Nelson, Austin Eckler, Austin Ryer, Britton Abbott, and Stephen Babb for the Reds. And the Reds will have the basketball, and you can bet, Jen, that they are not going to take shots quickly here with a 9-point lead in a low-scoring game.
No, and what's going to be key for Brush is to stay and make the officials count. They're going to have to be within 6 feet.
Jake Nelson on the outside right towards the top to Babb. Babb against Albo, crossover dribble at the free throw line, in the lane, back out to Eckler. Eckler will dribble towards the timeline, now left to the lane, wants to pull up, backs it out to Nelson. Nelson retreats for Eaton. Nelson to his right against Colby Needens. Back out to Eckler. Eckler dribbles at the top, pulls up for a three, off to the right, and the ball is rebounded by Colby Needens, his second. Needens on the outlet to Dunker. Dunker into the front court. Dunker at the top of the outside left. Colby Needens, three in the air. Good! Colby Needens nails the three. He's got 13 in the game. Baytaker to within 6. Eaton 37, Brush 31. 7:11 to go from Eaton. Nelson into the front court for the Reds. Dribbling to his right. Foul by Colby Needens. And that was a touch foul. That'll be the 15th foul by the Baytakers. But for Needens, his third personal, and they need Colby for the rest of the game because he's their hottest hand right now. He's got 3 3-pointers in the game. Nelson to throw it in just beyond midcourt. Nelson looking, bounce pass at the top for Abbott. Abbott right of the lane, bounce pass down low for Ryer. He banks four, and a foul. A foul on Jeffrey Dunker. And Austin Ryer to the line. They've been unable to contain him, and Dunker has 4 fouls. Austin Ryer's got 16 points in the game, and Eaton can grab a 9-point lead once again. Dunker is out with the 4 fouls, and Baker is in. And the free throw is up and in and out. Rebound to Vince Albo. Baytakers down by 8, 39-31, 6:57 to go from Eaton. Albo, crossover dribble on the outside right to Baker. Baker with the basketball. Back out to Tormola, down low for Albo. Albo turns, shoots, hits it off the side of the backboard, and then Stephen Babb has the rebound, and that's going to be the 17th foul. No, a tie-up. And it'll stay with Brush at the break.
Well, and I think they went that way because both of them had their arms cooked, and it wasn't an intentional foul on either part, so I think they just went with the jump ball.
Yeah, both teams have 6 fouls, so it's free throws from here on out. Gregory Harris to trigger it in. Baytakers need a bucket on this possession. Harris bounce pass to Needens, pulls up and misses a little 5-footer rebound for Tormolen. Fade, shoots, scores. Little 5-footer from Mitch Tormolen. Baytakers to within 6 once again. 39-33, 6:35 to go. This game is far from over. Eckler with a basketball against Gregory Mares. Eckler retreating, dribbling to his right. On the outside right to Nelson against Vince Albo. Back to his left to Abbott. Abbott dribbles into the lane, back out to Babb. Left wing three is off, and Ryer grabs the rebound. Down low for Nelson. Backing it out, and we got a whistle to travel. A traveling violation on Abbott.
Yeah, they got him. He hopped when he goes to shoot. He hopped to the side, so that's why they called the travel on him.
Baytakers draw to within 4, maybe 3. 39-33 Eaton with 6:16 to go. Welcome home to your hometown grocery store featuring Morgan County's largest variety, the Brush Grocery Cart. Harris for Brush on the outside right to Albo. Albo to his left, bounce pass was a terrible pass. Intercepted by Ryer. Ryer's ahead of the field, and he goes home. And he's fouled. And he's fouled. And Ryer is just getting up. Mitch Tormolen committed the foul. And are they calling that intentional? Ryer's up. Wow. Well, it's now 41-33. Let's see what the officials call here. He jumped in and was fouled by Tormolen. Tormolen immediately motioned towards Ryer. And they will call that intentional. Tormolen didn't motion towards Ryer in terms of, hey, are you okay?
Well, and you know the way he landed, he came down hard on his shoulder and up his face. And give credit to Mitch. You know, things happen in sports, and yeah, it's called an intentional foul, but it wasn't something that he's not a vicious player. He wasn't, you know, trying to do anything like that, and I give him credit for having the class and the sportsmanship to go in and say, hey, are you okay?
Yeah, yeah, you could tell right there. As soon as the foul was committed.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say that I don't know why Mitch went for the block at all, or even went for it. He should have let him go. That was not a smart play for a very intelligent player. He should have just let him go. I mean, Jen, he had no shot there.
No, he didn't have a shot, and that was, you know, one of those mistakes that you make, and he's a junior, and he'll learn from that.
And the Ryer free throws off the back of the rim.
I just hope the Ryer kid is okay because he fell hard.
Well, he just missed the free throw, so he might be okay, but
I actually thought he hit his head on the floor when he was down.
Second free throw is around and no good. He missed 2. But Easton's going to have the ball. The Reds will have the ball up by 8 with an even 6 minutes to go in the game. Committed to serving those in production. Ag. Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending. Abbott to throw it in the front court. Bounce pass inside. Ball knocked away but taken by Nelson, left baseline. Nelson looking. Cross-court pass to Abbott. Abbott in the lane all the way. Scoops it up and in off the glass. Now at 9. Easton has their biggest lead. 43-33, 5:45 to go. Eaton to the top, spinning. He'll pull up from 16. Is around, no good. And Ryer could not save it in, out of bounds. Beetiger basketball. And to throw it in is going to be Gregory Mayers. Here comes Bryce Eaton and Kyle Rosenbrock. The Beetigers on so many occasions have been right there, but unable to come up with a big bucket. Mayers to throw it in. Mayers looking over to Kyle Rosenbrock, left of the lane. Outside right to Gregory Mayers. Mayers at the top for Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock, high right. Bryce Eaton's wide open 3. Good for Bryce Eaton. Timeout rush. 30-second timeout. Again, the Beetigers are hanging around. They make the shot to hang around. Unfortunately, they can't make enough shots to overtake the Reds. 43-36 Eaton. 5:29 to go in the season for one of these teams.
Well, and as I was watching that play develop, Bryce came off of 3 good screens, and he ran those defenders, or multiple defenders, into those screeners for Brush. So he did a great job of setting himself up for that shot.
Keep in mind the Beetigers have committed 7 fouls, the Reds with 6. So free throws from here on out. Beetigers had an early 7-2 lead, but isn't it ironic that Brush led 7-2? Eaton's led since then. Yesterday, Brush led trailed Dolores Wet at 7-2, and then led the rest of the way. The Beetigers want to reverse that fate, and they will apply backcourt pressure. Colby Eaton's, Bryce Eaton's, Kyle Rosenbrock, Gregory Mayers, and Mitch Tormolen. Austin Eckler out there with the dribbler, Reed Merritt. Brock Needens, Britton Abbott, and Austin Ryer, who's ailing out there. He's holding his lower back. Merritt over to Abbott. Abbott with the basketball against Rosenbrock. Crossover dribble. Abbott's going to hand it off to Ryer. Ryer's had a monster game at the free throw line. Back out to Merritt. And the Reds are doing the smart thing. They're not going to take any shots unless they're wide open. Eckler with the basketball against Gregory Mayers. Now we are under 5 minutes to go. In the right corner, Eckler backs out right corner for Ryer. He'll take the 3, and that's an air ball. Kyle Rosenbrock has the basketball for the Beetigers. Rosenbrock to Gregory Mayers. Lost it. Rosenbrock picks it up. Rosenbrock will back it out. Right wing for Mayers. Mayers against Austin Eckler. Dribbles right baseline. Gets a pick from Tormolen. Tormolen, right corner for Mayers. Back out to Bryce Needon. Down low for Rosenbrock in the lane. Turns, hooks, fouled as he misses. And the foul is committed by Britton Abbott. And that will be his 3rd.
And a comment on that, that is a right-handed Brush player in Kyle Rosenbrock who went with his left hand. That was a great job for a freshman to be able to go to his left. And the free throw is up and in by Kyle Rosenbrock. The Beetigers down 43-37. Again, plenty of time. 4:35 to go in this game. Second free throw coming up, and that is going to be off the back of the rim. Austin Ryer grabs his 11th rebound. So the Reds lead by 2 possessions, 43-37. Eckler across the timeline on the high left to Brock Needens, dribbling left baseline, trapped over there. Going to have to back it out somehow, or did the Reds call a timeout? They did. That's a good timeout. Beetigers double-teamed Eckler in the corner with 4:22 to go. 30-second timeout. Eaton 43, Brush 37. And that's the type of defense the Beetigers are going to need. Well, and if they're going to do that, the other side, on the weak side of that play, is going to have to kind of play center field. They're going to have to look for the pass or a tip pass and kind of intercept it.
See what the Beetigers can do here defensively. For all of your auto supply needs, stop by Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. They were down by 10 moments ago, but have scored the last 4 points of the game. And the Reds will have the basketball in the front court for the right corner. And Brock Needens to throw it in. The Beetigers have a very solid defensive team out there. Jeffrey Dunker is back into the game with 4 fouls. And he's a very good defensive player.
And he's got some height and length to help that.
Needens to throw it in. That's Brock Needens for Eaton. Looking on the outside left to Ryer. Against Tormolen. Ryer spinning. He'll hand it off to Brock Needens. Brock Needens against Bryce Needens. Strip by Bryce Needens. The ball is loose and taken away by Mitch Tormolen. Turnover number 12 for Eaton. The Bee-Diggers do not have a turnover in the quarter as we approach the 4-minute mark. Bryce Needens has the ball stripped away. Dunker dives for it. Loose on the floor. That should be a tie-up. However, the possession arrow is pointing in Eaton's direction. So the Reds have the basketball. Boy, that cannot happen. Now when you're down by 6. And the Reds will have it in the backcourt. Bee-Diggers will pressure. Brock needs to throw it in. Backcourt bounce pass to Reed Merritt. Merritt and Dunker. Dunker guarding him. He's got 4 fouls. Nearly fouled him again. It would have fouled him out. Merritt with a basketball spinning. Batting out to Eckler. And now another 30-second timeout called by Eaton. With 3:52 to go in the game.
I'm actually really surprised they didn't make that call because they've been making it consistently all game.
I mean, that should have fouled out Dunker. I mean, he bumped him twice.
Yeah, that's awfully dangerous for him to play in that close proximity.
Eaton 43, Brush 37. Bee-Diggers need a steal and a couple of buckets just to get obviously a little bit closer, but they're down by 6. They were down by 8 after 1, by 5 at halftime, trailed by 9 after 3 quarters after being outscored 11-7 in the third. Bee-Diggers have already eclipsed the number of points they scored in the third. They've got 9 points here in the fourth. Eaton basketball just beyond midcourt. It'll be Brock Needens to throw it in. With Bryce Needens right on top of him. The official talking to the inbounds pass. And Brock Needens with the basketball. He'll inbound it to Austin Ryer. Ryer at midcourt with the basketball. Ryer looking for Eckler. Finds him on the left wing. Eckler dribbling to his right at the top in the lane. Trap. Jump pass right corner. Abbott back out to Needens. Needens in the lane. Left-handed hook is no good. Kyle Rosenbrock has the rebound for the Bee-Diggers. Here comes Mares. Cross-court pass. Colby Needens. Needens fakes the 3. Penetrates left baseline. Foul. 18th foul against Eaton. And the foul was committed by Britton Abbott. That'll be his 4th. Colby Needens with huge free throws because that's only the 18th foul, 1-1. The Bee-Diggers struggled yesterday with the free throws. This one is up and that one is in by Colby Needens. If this is Colby Needens' last game, he's played one heck of a game offensively. He's got 14 points. And he's the reason offensively, the Bee-Diggers, the primary reason they're still in this game. Now 43-38, 3:32 to go. Second free throw is up and that's perfect. The Bee-Diggers are now on a 6-0 run with 3:32 to go. Anybody's game. Eaton 43, Brush 39 for a berth in the Elite 8. Bee-Diggers will apply the pressure. Austin Ryer in the backcourt to Austin Eckler against Gregory Mares. Eckler spinning, and then the ball was stripped by Dunker, but out of bounds. So Dunker beautifully positioned himself, but couldn't keep the ball in bounds. Well, he caught Eckler by surprise.
Yeah, Coach Garcia is doing a good thing here. He's having Kobe come in on offense and Jeffrey come in on defense.
Here's Reed Merritt with the basketball across the timeline. Bounce pass on the outside left for McIntyre. McIntyre to his right. Lost the ball and taken away by Bryce Needens, and he threw it away out of bounds. Oh! The teams exchange turnovers. Eaton basketball. That could have been a breakaway. Eaton has it with 3:14 to go. Leading Brush 43-39. Jake Nelson to throw it in. Brush is getting their hands in there big time as well. Nelson looking, still looking. Bounce pass in the left corner. It's off of Merritt, letting out of bounds. That will be Brush basketball. And turnover number 14 for the Reds. The Bee-Diggers have 16 in the game. Colby Needens is back in for Jeffrey Dunker. Because Colby Needens, as you mentioned, he's got 3 fouls. And Gregory Mares to throw it in. Bee-Diggers have plenty of time, got to be patient on offense. Only down by 4. Mares. In the backcourt to Bryce Needens. Boy, what a game we have here from Eaton. Needens with the basketball, maintains the dribble, and he turned it over. Oh, boy. He just palmed it, turned it over. Turnover number 17 for Brush. There wasn't a single pass there. He was not yet across the timeline, just lost control. The Reds have it back. Nelson to throw it in. The clock is barely moving as far as the Reds are concerned. Still over 3 minutes to go in the game. Austin Eckler has it in the backcourt. They're not going to shoot anytime soon. You can bet that. Over to Reed Merritt, just beyond the timeline on the high left. Beat Diggers have committed 7 fouls. Here's Britton Abbott, left of the lane against Rosenbrock. Lead, shoots, scores. Off the glass for Britton Abbott. He's got 11, 45-39 Eaton. 2:44 to go in the game. Maris for Brush. Across the timeline, between his legs, on the outside left to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock against Nelson, dribbles to his left. Rosenbrock bounce pass for a ball, a little four-quarter. Missed it, ball is tipped around. Rosenbrock going for it, and it's loose, and it's taken away by the Reds, and Reed Merritt foul from behind by Kyle Rosenbrock. That's a big rebound for Merritt, a huge one. That's his first of the game. Rosenbrock with his third foul. 1-on-1 situation for Merritt, and he can give Eaton a 3-possession lead with 2:28 to go in the game. We are at the top of the hour. You're listening to 1010 KSIR. Brush, Fort Morgan, Greeley. I'm John Beltran with Jen Goodall, and the free throw by Merritt is up and good. This was a 4-point game, and now it's 7-3-0 run, which is huge right now for the Reds. Eaton 46, Brush 39. The Merritt free throws in the air, and he back-rimmed it, and the rebound is tipped around and controlled by Abbott. Over to Ryer. He banks it, scores. That might have done it. Beat Diggers now trail by 9. 2:17 to go in the game. It's a 5-0 run for the Reds. Maris dribbles it into the front court. On the outside right for Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock to his left. Rosenbrock looking, still looking, finds Colby Needham. Needham's in the right corner, maintains the dribble, pulls up for a 3. That's short. Jake Nelson has the rebound for the Reds. And they are in total control with 1:54 to go. Eaton 48, Brush 39. Eckler with the basketball just across the timeline. Down low, and Jake Nelson was the intended recipient, but a foul was committed by Bryce Needham. Jake Nelson to the line. Bryce Needham commits his second. And Jake Nelson to shoot the 1-and-1, 19th foul against the Beat Diggers. Brush was right there, but again, Jen, we've said so many times, they made big shots to close to within 4 to 6 points to the Reds, but have been unable to overtake this team, and the free throw is good. Nelson, Eaton has matched their biggest lead of 10, 49-39, with 1:46 to go. Second free throw for Nelson is up, and that is around and good. 50-39 Eaton. The Beat Diggers have 1:46 left in their season, unless they come up with a miracle. Harris with the basketball in the backcourt. Harris across the timeline, picked up by Eckler. Harris spinning against Eckler. Eckler's got 4 fouls. On the outside right to Bryce Needham, now to Randy Baker, 1:32 to go. Baker dribbles right in the lane, all the way, will bank, and missed an easy layup. Austin Eckler with the rebound. Eckler fouled by Bryce Needham. And Bryce Needham has committed his third. Well, the good thing for Brush, this is a young team. Only 3 seniors in Colby Needham, Gregory Maris, and Vince Albo. Austin Eckler to the line, 2 free throws, and the first one is up, and that is around the corner. Austin Eckler. Second free throw upcoming. It's now a 12-point lead, an 8-0 run. It's a 9-0 run. Eaton 52, Brush 39. Maris with 1:23 to go in Brush's season. Maris in the front court to Colby Needham. Downside left to Bryce Needham. Picked up by Reed Merritt. At the top for Tor Bolin against Austin Ryer. Outside right, Colby Needham's 3 is off the back of the rim. Beat Diggers can't buy a bucket. Here's another 3. That's missed by Baker after Tor Bolin grabbed the rebound. Austin Ryer with his 12th rebound for Eaton. Into the front court is Britton Abbott. Abbott with the basketball spinning. Back out to McIntyre. Now to Eckler. Cross court to Merritt. 53 seconds to go. The Reds are going to advance to the Elite Eight. Holding the basketball is Abbott. Back out to Ryan McIntyre. They're not going to shoot the basketball. over the Reed Merritt. Merritt with 38 seconds remaining. And with the basketball. Looking to his right. Merritt against Baker, and Baker commits a foul. They know Baker fouled him, but he motioned like he was trying to strip it. Reed Merritt to the line. And Merritt to shoot two. Baker commits his third. The Merritt free throw is in the air, and that is it. Well, they had a 15-1 run in the opening half, and now a 10-0 run. And it's going to look like a rout, but the bottom line is, Jen, this was a close game.
It was a close game, and it was a well-fought game by both teams.
Reed Merritt's second free throw is up and in. It's now a 54-39 lead for the Reds. Torbolin backcourt to Albo. I'm not sure why Eaton is pressuring. They don't need to pressure with a 15-point lead. Maris into the front court with 24 seconds to go. On the outside left to Colby Needham. Dribbles to his right. Colby cross court to Maris. He'll pull up for a three, and that is no good. Ryan McIntyre grabs the rebound for the Reds, and the Reds will dribble up the clock. Into the front court is Reed Merritt with 7 seconds to go. Merritt will hold the basketball, and the Eaton Reds have defeated the Brush Beat Diggers 54-39 and advance to the Elite Eight. On Thursday from Moby Arena in Fort Collins. It's a 2-minute break. Eaton 54, Brush 39 on 1010 KSLR and KSLR.com. John Beltran back at Eaton High School. The Brush Beat Diggers have had their season come to an end with a 54-39 loss to the Eaton Reds in the second round 3A state tournament game. Beat Digger post-game show brought to you by Buildings by Design. The most important thing to buying a new building or starting a new design-build project is picking the right company to build it. For a free bid, call Pat Walter, Travis Lefevre, 970-842-5837. Visit them on the web at buildingsbydesign.com. Eaton led after one quarter, 16-8. And then a 26-21 lead at the break. Outscored Brush 11-7 in the third and 17-11 in the fourth. They closed the game on an 11-0 run. And the visiting Beat Diggers were led by Colby Needham with 15 points. Excellent offensive performance in his final game as a Beat Digger. 8 points by Gregory Maris, another senior, along with Vince Albo, who was the third senior on this team for the Beat Diggers. 4 points apiece for Bryce Needham and Mitch Torbolin. 3 apiece for Randy Baker and Kyle Rosenbrock. 2 points for Jeffrey Dunker. Eaton was led by Austin Ryer, 20 points and 12 rebounds, 14 points for Austin Eckler, 11 for Britton Abbott, 5 for Reed Merritt, 2 apiece for Jake Nelson and Ryan McIntyre. Beat Diggers committed 17 turnovers to 14 for the Reds, 26 rebounds for the Reds. We mentioned 12 by Ryer. Beat Diggers at 21 rebounds, 8 for Mitch Torbolin. Eaton for the line, 11 out of 18, 61%. Beat Diggers 7 out of 12, 58%. Eaton will advance to the Elite Eight with his 15-point victory today. All right, next up is Brush Beat Digger Baseball. They'll be playing in the Fort Morgan Spring Classic, and they'll be in action Thursday night, 6 o'clock. That game will be on B106 and B106.com. Thursday night at 6 o'clock from Fort Morgan against the Mustangs, once again on B106 and B106.com. For our sound engineer and producer, Rose Condas, a great job all season with Brush Beat Digger Basketball. And for Jen Goodall, I'm John Beltran. The final scores today, the Brush Lady Beat Diggers lose to Faith Christian 53-46, and the Brush Boys lose to Eaton 54-39 right here on 1010 KSLR and on the World Wide Web at KSLR.com.